All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Just a donut.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace?
Coffee
its subtle
nut?
charm? No.
You can't say
Stanley
that.
knew, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Not today, Johnny.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years
That's
ago.
right.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm
right.
not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Go.
Someone you forgot. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you
Teachers
that
everywhere.
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I'm deaf. I like the color blue.
I still don't think we're communicating. Stanley walked through the red door.
Red.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Death.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yeah, where are those lines coming
Do
from?
not think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see.
That's a spoiler.
Help me here, Stanley.
right?
Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
I like
Go
that.
ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
If I don't, it's orange.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you
Sucks.
say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
Oh, of course.
Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try.
Yeah?
Here,
Watch me.
based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the
Candid.
park with this one. Let's take a look.
Ooh. Ooh. Who's number one? Who is it? What? What does that even mean? We're so close to toast. Ooh, Stanley, you're looking rough, my boy. Alright, so what if we go through here again?
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on.
Oh,
And
yeah?
now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing.
Let's try it.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Of course.
Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Sweet, thank you. That's mighty kind. I like this I like this opportunities I'm getting. Freedom.
In this game,
Oh.
the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right.
No, I
and
don't.
if he reaches the fire, you fail.
Not
It's a
my
very
baby.
meaningful game. All about the desperation and tedium of endlessly
Can't put that on
confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Yeah!
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Both.
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, you play someone else's game, just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
At least it's trying to keep us entertained. How about the Stanley Parable? That would be a fun one. Exciting adventure. Oh.
Aha!
What?
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory?
Far Cry?
What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me
89.
that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps
Hey.
for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Wyoming.
Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
That was their same exact sound as Minecraft. Wow. So who am I spying on? I don't see any hot chicks. Beaches. Oh, that way. Okay, this way. Nice mountains, trees, cliffs. I have never seen this before. Ever. I wonder if they ever added
Oh,
that
no.
news period.
No, it can't be.
Oh, it's very laggy. Holy cow. Too many
It
pixels.
is. It's an open world game.
All right.
Good God, quickly, block it off.
No!
Thank goodness, Stanley, what a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Red Dead. Horsies.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Let's get Combat Wombat over here. Yeah, boy. It's Rocket League. No way.
Wonderful.
I was gonna say
See, this
it.
is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any
Yay!
possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Now I have to get lost.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see.
Oh,
There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
holy cow. I'm playing fucking Rocket League in Stanley Parable. Oh, I'm doing better than I would in Rocket League. Let's go. Look how fast I'm moving.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
Oh.
Is it better? Hold on. What are you doing?
I wonder what would have happened if I didn't do that. But okay, this is new. Oh.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Poor narrator. Oh! Uh-oh. I didn't even see where I went. Okay. Narrator. I don't need him. Oh. Uh-huh. What if I go back to my office? Is that possible? Ooh. Ooh. A light. This is so strange. Now I'm just wondering what would have happened if I did not fall. Look how different this looks. Holy cow. What is this, Black Ops 1? What do the numbers mean, Mason? What is that? Okay, clearly I'm not supposed to go here. Oh!
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me.
I do.
Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to
That's
make
right.
sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world.
Show your titties.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Oh, yeah.
I can wait.
Can you? I have got no control. Is that the ending of that? Is it? Gonna hope so. That was pretty cool. How did I get to that point? Oh, I jumped off.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it.
Oh.
If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
It's still the same. I hope it's not another mannequin. I think it was kind of creepy. Can't say no to new content.
New content? What does that mean, new content?
Ooh, roller coaster. Wow. I thought it started over. So strange. Okay.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley
13.
Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
I didn't know it came out this year.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the
Heroin.
Stanley Parable, delighting audiences
Heavy.
the world over.
This is cool.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Wow.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet,
Brick wall.
but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I'm excited.
Is it broken?
Yeah.
What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally,
Did I
at
do
long
that?
last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
This is creepy. Kind of claustrophobic. I've got, like, the Outlast vibes right now.
I have to say, initial impression... is it broken?
Yeah.
What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally,
Did I
at
do
long
that?
last, it's on to the new content. All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Whee! There's got to be something different if I did not fall down that Rocket League goal. I'm so curious on what would have happened. Or what would have happened if I went through that red door. Wow, was that fun. Oh! Did I lose? Hey, that was good content. That was fun.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Not
if
really.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
That's right.
You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally
That's right,
accountable.
you can nowadays. You won't get
It's my
banned.
fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I'm down. I guess. Okay, I'm down. That was pretty unique. I will definitely be trying that ending again. Not right now, but at another time. Okay. Oh. Maybe it's not over. Please put me back. Wow.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Should I listen to him? I've been kind of a dick. I'll listen to him. I've been pretty mean to the poor guy. Just got the Willy Wonka vibes right there. Okay. Ever then, the end is never the end is never the end is loading. The end is always loading. Come on.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
What in tarnation is this?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was
That's a
before
cool
it was
font.
sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of
trying to
2013
say?
when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity.
True.
Back then, it all meant something.
Kinda did.
Oh, the waste.
It did turn into crap. He is right about that. All just pay to win shit, and then. Ooh. So I guess I was right. Like, when I remembered watching this in 2014, it was out. So, oh. Where's the mannequin at? I want my wife. Good times. I wonder if that's stuff I've done, like, period, or if that's stuff that I can do, too. Good stuff. Stanley Parable. Cool. I like that. Fake news. Let's go.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Dis.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
The original remake. Person of the Year, me, Stanley. Cool.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Where did that door open? The serious room. Let me out.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait. Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh, no. Oh, God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
This is great. So this must be the new guy.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. To be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through.
That's fucking funny. And now he's just dead. Fucking guy died. Oh. The door's gone.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they nagged.
How long does this go on for? There's a lot of skipping I'm doing. Okay.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep pressing this button because I guess nothing's friggin' happening. Oh my god! Something happened. What in tarnation is that? Sounds like we're outside, but we're not. The end is never the end, the end is never. Okay. What in tarnation happened to the door? Or the roof? Door. What did happen to the door? Oh my god. Now this is good content. Oh, come on. This is actually getting obnoxious. Hello. Thank God. Holy fuck. Where's the narrator? okay. It's gotta stop at some point. Excellent. The end is never the end is never the end is loading. Yeah. Oh. Hello? Hello? I would like to hope it's near the end, or at least it's...
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Oh my god. I don't even remember what started all this
Oh, good.
shit.
You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
New content, okay. What could possibly be new with this this brilliant content? This is great. Ooh, roller coaster again. That's new. Alright, a brick elevator.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Ooh.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
That's a solid look right there.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
I wonder if those reviews were legitimate reviews that they put in the game.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
That looks cool too. Yeah, right. No, it couldn't be.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Yeah, right.
Isn't that wonderful?
I don't believe it.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Jim.
Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your
Should've never went
mind,
that vent.
forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping
Hell
and
no.
waking as Jim, falling in love and
Sleeping
being
out drunk,
heartbroken
waking up,
as Jim,
hungover.
seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
No.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
What if I don't? I don't feel like it. I am not Jim. Not gonna happen. Probably stuck into doing it though. Oh, wait, is that an opening right there, or is that a light? I'm kind of curious. What is this? Opening or light? A window. Ah, there's hope. I gotta press the button. Alright. Not that big ass button. Never have too big of a button.
Jim. Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again. Jim. Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Okay. So what in thunder do you want me to do now? Do this move? Did he say what he wanted me to do? Oh. Alright, I could do that. Take a look at that fern.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
I like trophies.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Come on! Well, dagnabbit, what do you want me to do? Just run back. What a tease. What a tease. Friggin' narrator.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
What's with the music? What's with the science museum?
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What? You're kidding me.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Jesus Christ, this is friggin' huge. There's too much stuff. No! I didn't expect this to turn into a huge
Oh, goodness,
thing.
Stanley, this is fairly awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to the bucket exhibit. You see, there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves the bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay? All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
Bucket. Where in thunder is the bucket? B2. Just want to go through that door and to the left. Okay. To the bucket! Okay, to the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay, we got the bucket. Can't say no to a free bucket. Now.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Okay. Now back to what I was doing. Please. I didn't even know if this was supposed to be an exit at first, actually. But, you know what they say. Going up. What the heck?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay, are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
What was that sound?
Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
That sound right there.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Is the end is never, though? What? Don't know if this is a troll or not, but I'm gonna leave it off here.